Hey, this is Steve with Dabble, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create an Alexa skill that streams a video. And we're going to be using a template from Dabble. So if you're not watching this video on dabblelab.com, the first thing you want to do is go to dabblelab.com and go to the templates menu. And we're going to be using template number 5, which is this one here, the Alexa video app skill templates. So you want to download that, and to download the templates you'll need to log in. They're all free to use for personal projects or learning, but you will need to create an account and log in to get to it. So you can just, if you don't have an account, just need an account, click on that link and you can sign up. There's no credit card or anything required. Remember my password. There we go. And once you log in, it'll take you to the template details page. And on the template details page, there is a tutorial video, which is the video that you're watching right now, and also a button to download the source code and an area where you can ask questions or leave comments. And this is new, but if you have any issues or questions or just want to leave feedback, you can do that here and we'll respond just as quickly as we can. So start by downloading the source code, and it will download as a zip package. So you'll want to unzip it first, and then all of the code for the template is inside the skill project folder, which is named the same as the template. And you can use the template with the Alexa Skills Kit command line interface, the Ask CLI, or you can use the code with Alexa hosted skills. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do today, because that is the easiest way. And if you're just getting started, that will make the most sense. But if you are familiar with the Ask CLI and you prefer to use that, you can move into this folder and then run all of the CLI commands, the Ask Deploy command right in here. But before we get into the template code anymore, let's head over to developer.amazon.com and set up an Alexa hosted skill that we can use. So when you get to developer.amazon.com, you'll need to log in. If you don't have an Amazon developer account, you can create one. They are free also, and there are no requirements for a credit card or anything like that. So just go ahead and sign up. If you have an Alexa device, use the same email address that you use with your Amazon account that you use for your Alexa device. And that will let you, while your skill is in development, that'll let you test with your devices. So that's a good tip. And yeah, so once you're logged in, go to the Alexa Developer Console, and you can get there a couple of different ways. If you go to the Developer Console here, you would get there by going to Alexa and then Alexa Skills. If you don't see that menu option and you see something like this, like a little ellipse, you can also get here by going to the Alexa Developer Console this way, and it'll take you to the same place. This, if you've logged in before and created skills, you'd see a list of your skills. If not, it'll look like my screen or something like my screen, depending on when you're watching this video. And what we want to do here is we want to create a new skill. So click the Create Skill button, and we'll call this Demo Skill. And this is going to be a custom skill, which is the default, but rather than provisioning our own backend, we're going to use this Alexa hosted skill for Node.js option. And the Alexa hosted skills will provision an AWS backend for you, but you don't need an AWS account, which is nice. So it'll do all of that for you, and we'll have a Lambda function that we can work with. So select that. Right now, all of the skill templates are Node.js. At some point, hopefully we'll have some Python versions, but right now they're all Node.js. This is going to take about a minute to finish up. So while that's going, let's go back to the template code and talk about what we're going to need here. So for this template, there are two things that we need. We need the interaction model, and we also need the code for the Lambda function. So the interaction model, this en-us.json in the models folder, and then the index.js, which is in the Lambda custom folder. And because we're going to be using the Alexa hosted skills, we're going to just copy and paste the code from each of these files. Actually, the interaction model now you can just drag and drop to upload it. So I'll do that for the interaction model, but then the index will copy and paste. So our hosted skill is ready. So we can go back over here, and the first thing we want to do is go to the JSON editor. And then here we can drag and drop our interaction model right there. So let's do that. Take that, drag it over here. And this, the default invocation name for the template is template 5. We name the templates by the template number. But of course, if you want to use this for a skill that you're going to publish, you're going to want to change this to whatever you want that skill called. This is what somebody's going to use to start the skill up. So I'm going to leave that for our example. And then you want to save the model. And then you want to build the model, and this will take a minute. And so while that's building, we'll go back to our template code and open up our index.js. And you can open that with any text editor, TextEdit, Notepad, or code editor. I'm going to use Visual Studio Code. And what you're going to want to do is select all of the code, and then you're going to want to copy it and go back to the Alexa developer console and go to the code editor in the console, the code link. And then we're going to replace all of the code in index.js, which is selected by default. So just select all of that code and then just paste over it with the code from the template. That is it. So we're going to save that. And we'll deploy that, but we still have one more step before this is going to work for us. So what we need to do now is we need to go back over to the build section here, and we need to enable the interfaces that are going to be used so that the skill can recognize when a device supports the screen and can play a video. And to do that, you're going to go down to this interfaces menu here, and there are two that we need to toggle on. We need the display interface because we're using display templates, and then we need the video app interface. So we're going to toggle both of those on, save the interfaces, and then build the model again. And while that's building, we'll go back over the code, and I'm going to talk about what's happening in this skill. So for starters, this is kind of meta, but the example here is actually going to play this video. So it's going to be a skill that plays a video about creating a skill, but this could be anything, of course. So all you really need to do is change this stuff up for this template to work for your own skill. So this background image, this is going to show up while the video is loading. So if the video takes a second to load, you're going to see this image. This is the actual URL for the video that you want to play. And I've just, like I said, taken this video that you're watching right now and put it up on Vimeo. And so we'll see that. And then the title for the video, subtitle, which will show up on some templates depending on how you're using it. And we're using display templates. And there's actually two ways now to do this. You could use display templates, or you could also use the Alexa presentation language. We've got some tutorials and a template on the Alexa presentation language. This was the original way to do display stuff. It's still supported. I don't know if someday this will go away, but right now it's still supported. So we're using it in this template. And at this point, we should be good to test. So everything is deployed. So we can go over here to testing, but unfortunately, we got to toggle on the testing so that we're able to do it. But unfortunately, you can't test the video skills using the Alexa simulator. So if we try it here, I'll show you what happens. So this is what is this template 5? I know I can't remember what the invocation name was, but I think it's template 5. Yep. All right. So if we try to test it in here, I'll just show you what happens.
The target device does not support the specified directive.
So what we're going to need to do is just test it with an actual Echo Show device, or that's what I'm using in this case, but an Echo device that does support the display and audio, or video rather, app interfaces. And so we'll do that. So Alexa, open template 5. Hey, this is Steve with Dabble Lab, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create an Alexa skill that streams a video. And we can see it's just playing this video. Template from Dabble Lab. So if you're not watching this video on dabblelab.com, the first Alexa, stop. And so that's it. Pretty straightforward. That is how to get this template up and running. Hopefully this was helpful. If you have any comments or questions, again, you can leave those under the video now, and we'll respond to those just as quickly as we can. And thanks so much for watching.